All right, I picked up this 09 150R Honda for 500 bucks, and I haven't dug into it yet, but I'm pretty sure it's probably gonna need a top end. I mean, it has that automatic decompression, you know, mechanism on it, but I don't know, it just doesn't feel like it has any compression. Doesn't sound right. I sprayed some carburetor cleaner in the intake and kicked it all over and nothing happened. So, I mean, we still could have no spark. A million other things could be something wrong, but I paid 500 bucks for it. So I got this Cylinder Works kit. Now this was pricey. It was 400 bucks, which is still a little cheaper than the OEM. But I was interested that the cylinder says made in the USA. So that's cool. And then it comes with a Vertex piston, which says made in Italy. So that's that. So I bought the bike, it's missing the seat. And I mean, everything else seems pretty complete. It is missing a couple hoses. It looks like they, you know, whoever was messing with it had taken it all apart. This gas tank did just come right off. Let's see. What is going on? What is going on? Yeah. Okay. So like, these are all, the radiators are just sitting there and they're not hooked up. The exhaust is just dangling. There's no bolts or springs in there. There's no bolts hanging. Hanging here is literally just sitting there. It does look like it's got the original carb just sticking a little bit, but nonetheless, I figure I'd take it apart and see what's going on. All right, so this head cover should pop off now. Let's see, this goes off like that. Okay, it looks like there's a little dirt in there. Not the end of the world. Cam looks, interesting. The cam looks like it's a little wore out. Looks like it's got flat spots on it. You can mostly see it on that second one. This one. That one doesn't look healthy. Alright, let's take that cam change tight, which is good. I guess let's take off that situation. Alright, so looks like the head's gonna be okay. My suspicions were right about the top end. Oh my gosh, that does not look good. It doesn't look, actually, I don't know, considering how bad it looks. Cam chain is down in the bottom there. I mean, the piston definitely has some BS on it, but ooh. Oh, I got too much crap everywhere. I guess we can take the cylinder off, but it takes one more bolt. Dang, so the cylinder doesn't look that bad. The cylinder has great crosshatches still. I don't know, it's dirty for sure. The piston, not so much. Looks like there's just water sitting on top. Interesting. So it looks like I might be able to get away with just a piston kit and a gasket set. All right, so I went ahead and got the valves, springs taken off, and you know, this is what the bottom of the head looked like, and lighting's not great over here, but anyways, you can see when you pull it out, see all that corrosion? Looks like water's just been sitting in there. So I'm going to lap these valves in, which basically just means we're gonna put some of this stuff on the seat, the edge of the valve, and they make like a little, they make a little suction cup thing, but not doing all that. So you really don't need you don't really need much, and you want to make sure you don't get it on the shaft, because then that would wear out the valve guide. But anyways, like I was saying, they make like a suction cup for this, but I prefer just to use a drill. And you just lightly put it on the valve there. So now we can take this valve out, and you'll be able to see like a nice little silver ring around the edge of this where that gritty compound which I think we need to do more for sure. Okay, so you can see how it's got that gray ring. That's from that compound. Basically, it's a little sandy grit that goes in between the valve, and it basically just makes the seating surfaces, you know, the same. So you can see there the difference in the color right there. So basically now I'm going to pop this valve seal off, pop a new one on, and then we'll do this to the rest of them. Okay, I got the head all put back together. I had to stop the time lapse because I kept getting out of frame. The lighting over there in that bench is not good. And then I had an issue is I had one of these springs backwards. These springs for the exhaust are taller and larger than the intakes. So for anyone that's working on any of these, now you know. But the valves cleaned up really nice. I cleaned this up, so the surface. Now I already got my gasket on there, and I'm a little nervous that I'm forgetting something, but I think this is the next step right here. I don't know, it's making me nervous. I think we're just waiting on not weighting, but I think the gasket has like a little crumple ridge. I think that's what's holding this little gap right here. That's that. All right, we're back. I think. Okay, so we have these washers that go here. And then we have these 12mm nuts. Not to be confused with these nuts. All right, so. Oh my word. Now we'll just tighten these all down a little bit. Okay, now, maybe, that one ain't gonna get it. Yeah, these two I have to do by hand here with the wrench. Okay, now we got a torque. Get them torque decibels. So I'm gonna look up the torque specs. Let's see. Okay, so it's 221 or 23 foot-pounds. Okay, I've taken the spark plug out, which most people would probably say you're supposed to take out before you rebuild and take everything apart. So, took the spark plug out so we can find top dead center, because I don't like looking down the inspection point. You can see the zip tie going up. All right, that should be top dead center right there. Let's see. Yep, that's top dead center. All right. Now we can put the cam tower on. Now, I did put the little shims back in, but I don't know which ones went to which one. So we might have to re-shim. And for some reason I thought these cam lobes were worn out, but I don't think they are. I think that's just how they are. So, let's get this thing in here. This was a little tricky, getting the cam chain gear situation. Oh, maybe not. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Okay, I got it timed. You can see this, although it's at an angle, it's square with the engine. You can see, let's see. You can see lined up with that, and it's lined up with that. Which, of course, it's a little tweaked because it's probably not at perfectly top dead center. But nonetheless, it is correct, I believe. Let's hope. Now we got to figure out how to put this thing back together. How do we do it? Goes right here. All right, this is an interesting situation going on here. So everything's back together here, and this is how this was before, and it's ugly, but uh-oh. Oh, it was working. No, it's not. What is going on here? Oh, maybe. I don't know what just happened. Anyways, I'll have to figure that out. But when I took this off before, someone has been in here and put some Lowe's bolts. Well, they had a washer. Of course, when I took it out, I wasn't paying attention. The washer dropped down in here. So now that means I gotta take this case cover off. And before I do that, I'm gonna figure this back out. Figured it out. So this little bracket that holds the decompression thing in was a little bent. So I had to bend it back out. Now that works correctly. Like I said, the spring is ugly, but that's how it was before. And I gotta fish out this other washer that's down in here in the no-man and the no-go zone. So it's also interesting that this, that is right there, that little tab, which probably goes to the bottom or something, I don't know. But I'll tear apart the side case now. So I popped the cover off here and look at all this nasty sludge. And look, I found what I believe is one of the bolts for up top that was just sitting down in here. But I do not see the washer. You can see in here too, there's a bunch of sludge. So I'm gonna clean that out. But let's see if I can find that washer. Ew. Oh, found a washer. Gotcha. Yuck. I don't know how to clean all this junk out besides what I was doing with, kind of pulling it out. Oh, all this goopy sludge is. I probably should take out the block that I had that was kind of keeping this thing from leaking everywhere. So I got the bike tilted up. Take this block out. Oh yeah. Well, that's most of the sludge. How about that? All right, now we don't have any radiators hooked up, but that's fine. I have the exhaust hooked up. Oh my gosh, it was a pain in the butt to find. These are M metric 7x1. It's a stud and, well, studs, but this one was drilled out, so I had to use a bolt. I couldn't find another stud. So the threads on that one are a little bit sketchy. But the exhaust is on, so I'm gonna put some fuel in it. We'll see what happens. Go. Well, that should be enough to get us rocking and rolling here. Got too much junk everywhere. Okay. Now, this thing looks like it just got an on and off. I see a little bit of gas leaking out of the fuel hose there. So I assume we got gas or the kill switch. Let's see. Choke. Choke doesn't like to stay out. What is that? Alright, lots could happen here. Dang, brother! She runs, and the kill switch doesn't work. Do it. Let's see what it works up to. It doesn't sound terrible. It doesn't sound great. Might need to check those valves. See what's going on with the Earl. Alright, if we have an exhaust leak, I'm not sure. Let's tighten that up. Well, it runs. So there we go. I think that carburetor's got some problems with it. It's been taken apart, I think. Or I haven't messed with it. So I'll take that apart, see what's going on.